welcome to StonedSober. And are we live? Fuck it, we're doing it live. Fuck, I screwed that up. Hi, what's up? This is Jordan Lowe's, and
this is Jason, and we're gonna be doing a more structured audio log this time. Hopefully, more structured.
And at the end, we're gonna spoil Deadpool.
No, we're not.
Well, technically, it's already spoiled.
All right, fine. I thought what we could talk about is basically why we're doing this exactly, and like the people in our lives, and even shows that have affected us, and get a bit of perspective on our sense of humor. So I figured I'd let my friend start, seeing as how he seems to want to rant.
No, that was gonna be at the end.
Well, you can rant now.
No, it ties to the end.
You're a pain in the ass.
Well, no, because my rant is about something else.
Oh. Well, this is still why we do it.
We're doing it because we want to create something where we're not being told not to do it.
For me, I just want to make people laugh. That's me. I know I have the type of humor that I can make someone laugh at the expense of someone else or themselves.
Then that's a good perspective. Me, it's not, I guess, just one specific reason. It's every reason.
Care to elaborate?
Well, like
it's not. I have every reason. Okay, next.
No, but like, if I want to create a song, then I'll create a song, even if it sounds as bad. I'll make it work in the show where they're playing a bad song.
Oh.
Or if it's,
I guess that makes sense because our last audio log there, because I was getting like so bored. I'm like, oh my god, is anything funny happening yet?
Well, like the whole point is, like, again, not being very specific, because like I would like to do stories where like it was more.
You said
Fuck you. No, but like in general, say like meeting a girl at rock show, like that whole type of experience I want to add to it. I don't, not particular about details, but in general, that whole experience type of ordeal. Or just even just random crap where like a dude's driving and dude chops his head off or whatever. Just doing whatever I want to do in that moment.
No, okay.
But
so you don't. So it sounds like you said, you want to do whatever you want at that moment, but you don't actually have like a long-term plan of why you want to do this.
It's not why, because in every general sense, I'm always doing this no matter what. If I'm at work, I'm singing. If I'm at home, like I'm.
But there has to be some reason you're doing that.
Or I guess because like being more creative, or being I guess more communication or expression of oneself through one's art.
And what are you trying to express?
Existence itself. You just blow your mind. The idea why you're doing it, because it exists.
Yeah, well, I guess that's a good enough reason.
Well, what other reason would it be?
I don't know. Like
it trumps every reason.
Like, I got onto this mainly because you pestered the shit out of me. And I'm like, okay, fine. And then once I got in, I'm like, okay, fine. If I'm going to do this, I might as well do it and make, like, people laugh. Even if it's, like, the slightest little giggle, that's all I need.
Well, the thing is, I guess I'm less confident of doing that because, again, we've both discussed about, well, not on the podcast, but I guess we'll start it now. But another influence was Jim Carrey in his performance in a lot of his movies.
Fucking goofball. I love that guy. Master of stupid faces.
It's just like in high school, not high school, but in public school. And again, Brandon was more the funny one in class. So everything I've tried has always failed. And the things that usually I get a laugh at is generally out of my stupidity or me just not thinking, and people think it's funny.
Accidental, not intentional.
Yeah. So that's why I don't.
Kind of like Pacific.
That's why I don't anymore try to be funny, because
you just want to do something. You just do it. You just not for any reason, just do it.
I guess yes, because I don't try to be funny for other people. But if it's something where I think it's funny, and no one else is laughing, but I'm still the only one laughing.
Oh, I'm like that too. If it still makes me laugh, I'm like, okay, I'm putting it in.
Yeah, so like that's basically where I'm. Again, it's more narcissistic in the moment, but it's just something that I've learned that I enjoy more. Now again, something that I even just actually looked back on my old channel is I did an old video back in grade 6 or 7 of a movie called Lego Man, and it's really badly done and all this thing because I was just screwing around with Movie Maker, and there was no story idea. It was shoot it first, then record later. So
yeah, but that kind of youthful misguided optimism kind of works out.
Well, it does in a sense, not in this video. Like, it's really bad. It's so bad that the audio's off. So there's like a delay with everything that's happening. Like at one point a firecracker goes off, so like you just see the camera shake and then you hear bang. But I guess like again going back to even that video, my next door neighbor was constantly over, so every day we would always since we always hung out after school and every other weekend since technically at the end of like grade 1 more going into grade 2 leading up to high school because he had high school friends grade younger, all that crap, that every day we would go out and play a new adventure, play a new game, create a new, like our characters.
Every kid was like that.
I know, but our characters went through story arcs where we were infatuated with girls, so we always had girlfriends, to the point where it got so epic in our story where like we leveled up, we did all this crap that we devolved.
What?
And became babies. So then we're getting nursed by our girlfriends.
Oh my god.
Like at our local theater, they would have those Pepsi circle cups. So I'd even like remember we would just like experiment, just put milk in it, pretend we were sucking them.
Wow, do you have issues?
It wasn't issues. Half of it wasn't my idea.
Sure it wasn't.
The other half was.
The one on the left was. The one on the right was his.
Okay, that sounds queer, but still. Like, we'd be on different couches doing our own freaking thing. Because basically our couch or a bed would be your own car or whatever that you could do. And that was more the time when I broke my wrist and I stopped going outside more. So it was more controlled in a four-corner space where we're using that as our imagination.
Well, then let's continue on with like what inspired us here. Let's talk about the actual shows, because I know South Park for you is a big inspiration for you, like in sense of humor and like your views and everything.
Well, that and still like I always quote Simpsons.
Yeah, Simpsons. I mean, how can you not be impacted by Simpsons?
Even though it's like you stop after season 10 and
I know, but still, it still had that impact.
Well, yeah, it did have that impact, and there's just so many good like just moments where I'm just quoting a quote in the day, even though
I find for me nowadays, even though I like to be above like just fart jokes, I find I like my humor crude, like Family Guy, South Park level crude.
Well, actually, Doug told me a really funny one, because he told me like, why do altar boys have their hair parted? That's a good one. That's a good one.
Or
like I legitimately was laughing at work where I'm like, wow, I don't rarely laugh like this here.
Well, it's like that other one there. What did Cinderella say when she got to the ball? Yeah, like
I was said, oh, there's a hair in
it. Like crude humor. Like you don't want to rely on it, but yeah, definitely. Well, like Deadpool humor, but not that low. That's a little too low in some respects.
I think it just has to vary in the moment, especially if it's a script. Like it has to be a joke where if you read it the 20th time, you still got a chuckle or
like I find South Park has that balance of being crude yet still making a statement, almost like George Carlin or for you Bill Hicks. They're actually able to make a joke but you're able to laugh at it and go, he's made a good point.
That is, yeah, and that's probably where you're, again, you have more experience with comedy in general, and again, your sense of humor is comedy.
Yeah, that's what I pretty much eat, breathe, sleep. I love comedy.
So yeah, when we get to those parts, that's why, again, like, our friendship alone is like we're polar opposites of each other, but we can relate in many ways. And we like, again, generally the same interests.
You're a miserable fuck while I portray a miserable fuck.
Yeah. But going back to the South Park thing, just like, I always like that idea. And again, going back with me doing like the Lego thing and just doing stuff with my old buddy and shit like that, is like, I always had this need to create something or do something or tell something. Like,
really, you don't seem to have much of a need to create anything.
Well, right.
I can create smoke.
No, like,
oh wait, it's a vaporizer. It doesn't.
Well, to be fair, it's a full-time job. I gotta like grind it, put it in. I gotta wait like a good minute or two to fill the bag. Depending on how I am, like, I either have to finish the bag within, like, I don't know, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depending if I could just do it all or not.
If you put as much effort into this show as you did into smoking weed, we'd be as famous as South Park.
But the thing is, though, I did put that effort, and I got too screwed up where it got, again, that whole story leading up to her, again, the whole reason I was going down there was to off myself. And because I met her, it saved my whole freaking point.
And yeah.
So like it's hard. I guess that's another reason why, especially to the end of this topic, or just an end of this podcast when I'll get further into that stuff, that basically at this point I am just fed up with everything.
You should use that frustration and put it into your art.
It is at this point. Like, I don't care anymore. I'm kind of accepting, like, I'm going to be a miserable fuck for the next good... Well, last time I was 4 or 5 months before I actually met her. So, either way, like, the people around me are going to be very upset. Just because I know I'm going to flip out. Especially if I'm drawing, because I don't want to be disturbed. And it'll also show in the art because I'm going to be more pissed off, so the characters are going to be more pissed off.
Well, the writing will help remedy that.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm in charge of that for the most part.
So, basically all down from here, I'm kind of just giving up on the idea that I wanted to do since the beginning of not this year, but last year. Just that mentality of, I want to do this happy, I want to do this right, I want to do it with someone that I can come home to and shit like that, to the point where it's like, I need to do this for us, I need to do this for myself.
For yourself is probably the most important thing. Don't do it for anyone else but yourself.
I know, but in general, like, it is for me, but in general, I like it when we work together. So when I say us, that's why I want to include it.
Speaking of us working together, I thought it'd be a great idea to talk about some of our past projects.
Yeah, actually, that was a good thing.
We might as well get to the one that, like, is actually on internet right now that we worked on actually pretty hard. Even though it sucks, it's Mac Attack.
It wasn't hard because technically there's some parts we could have reshot to do better, particularly the camera part.
We had some passion in that.
The passion was, let's make a video where you run to McDonald's.
Yes, that was the whole reason. We just wanted him at his heaviest to run.
And then I was like, okay, but then I'm just going to die. Like, half of it I wasn't on board until I embraced it. I was like, screw it. Just do it.
Run, fat boy, run.
So, actually, when we did actually plan it out, ironically enough, when I do show this video to people, like, you shot that in a day? You ate all those Big Macs? No, we shot in 2 days, and that box did not move. So, like...
Yeah.
So like,
If you're wondering what it is, I'll repeat it. It's Mac Attack.
I didn't do it last time, but I guess this time I'll make sure all the videos are in the description.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess going from there.
We also did that anti-smoking thing, right?
Yeah,
do
but
you want to talk about that one?
Yeah, let's talk about it because I really did not want to do that.
No one did.
Well, no one.
We were just looking for an excuse to make fun of.
No, but at that time I was smoking.
Oh,
so remember,
that's why you didn't want to do it.
No, because you were there. Because I told Morton, I'm like, I don't want to do this unless I'm promoting smoking. He's like, why? Because I'm like, I don't believe this.
It was smoking cigarettes, not pot, though.
I know, but I was still against it. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Shit. Yeah, but we actually got into the hospital to shoot shots.
Yeah, but that was like his pressure. He was like, actually call the hospital and try to get in there because we kind of explained what we wanted to do. And he's like, some stuff you can't do. You can't go to a gravesite with your name and stuff like that. And like, now you probably could because again, technology has advanced over the 7 years that we were in freaking high school and shit like that.
Yeah.
But that whole idea, just even doing it, the whole notion was like, let's just get this over with. But then when we were actually there, we weren't doing what we normally do, is just screw around.
Yeah.
And to be fair, there was some good shots, which I was like, thank God we got that. I really wanted to do that. Like the ceiling shot.
Yeah.
Your
smoking video is like, I guess you don't have it, do you?
I honestly don't think I do.
No.
I think that was the one where I was like, I don't want to put this online. Like, I might.
Just had a disclaimer at the beginning. Ignore everything in this video.
Well, like, that was the other thing, too, was that the one that no, I don't think that appeared. Like, Morton almost liked it.
He almost liked it.
Well, because, like, there was some things he was like, you should have done this and this.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we shot that when there was no snow on the ground, and we had to redo it because it snowed. And getting the hospital was such the hardest part.
Yeah.
Well, it was hard because we weren't getting a confirmed answer, or we didn't even know how to approach it. We got mostly tired.
I think the pain in the ass was actually getting a ride there because none of us wanted to walk because we're lazy bastards.
I don't care. I'm still proud we took $2.
Yeah. Thank you for the chips.
Like he's fucking listening.
Yes, we did take the $2. Yes, you enjoyed a chip that you paid for.
We did not steal. We just took.
We borrowed and gave you a chip. So technically, you bought them for yourself. We just enjoyed more.
We came up with the idea. We shot it. We earned it.
You had the roll of death.
Oh my god, I can't believe
because he was so bony.
And I guess like the next technical, there's two other ones. One that did not get made that we were developing. Morton said near Christmas time to create like a short film, but of course everyone else in class was behind.
Yeah.
So like we didn't even get up to there. But like we wanted to do like an animated snowman one, which is kind of again more going into the Photoshop thing, which we didn't get to do, which I did eventually do that summer with my own shit. But your stop motion console wars.
Yes. That one was part half-ass and part, ooh, I really want to do this. Because I procrastinated and procrastinated and procrastinated right up until, like, the last day. And I shot it that night pretty much, damn near.
Yeah, and that was actually kind of fun just doing it again, just seeing it go through.
Yes, and I'm a huge Sony fan. Fuck you, Xbox owners. No, I'm joking. I don't care anymore. I used to care. And I don't know why, looking back on it, it was so pointless.
Because that was the rival fuel that fueled that school at that time. Were you an Xbox? Were you a PS3? And then again, if your group didn't have it, you'd be pissing off that dude.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, and again, it actually relates more to with from just being like a straight male to like being even transgender and all those other fucking shit. Like the way that we're accepting in our society itself. The same thing that you're feeling about consoles. Like you're just accepting.
Oh yeah, pretty much. You're right. Where before it was like a big issue. Now I just don't give a shit.
Well, because like again, everything that's been made comes from the goddamn PC.
Yeah, pretty much.
And at that time, again, you didn't have a job. You're at that ability for anyone to have like a good stable system, and internet wasn't as advanced as it was now.
It's still not that advanced.
We're not in Korea.
Yeah, okay, you're true.
We're in Canada. We're luckily if we frickin' get a cell phone signal.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that was back in the day.
Is this fiber up? No, that's just a stick, eh?
That's a hockey stick.
Does it transmit a signal? Not if I know.
It shoots a puck.
That sounded Scottish.
I'm not Canadian. I'm far from it. I'm like more human being.
What? Are you saying you're better than a Canadian?
I'm just saying, like, half my blood.
German superiority. You're such an asshole.
I said half my blood. The other half's fighting it.
Just like one side of your brain. You're an asshole. The other side. I'm too good to be an asshole.
In the middle.
You guys shut the fuck up. I'm trying to get high.
That's going back to what I discussed to you about before when I gave you Inside Out. Like, that was a reality that was going through my head.
Is there a freaking pot person in there? Because I know there's anger, envy, disgust, sadness, and happiness, but there's no, like...
Okay, let me put it this perspective. I did not have the knowledge that we had at that time, those abilities, nor did I, like, again, just in general, I had no knowledge. I was a kid. My knowledge is Arthur. And even then, I'm not paying attention. But the way that I pictured it, though, is like, it's kind of like again, people at work kind of now witness this, and people that I've either have been in general have either hung out or not hung out, just been in the area.
Bipolar mood swings.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it would be bipolar, because at the time I didn't know what bipolar was.
Not knowing what something is doesn't make it any less true.
Well, no, because like it took time. Like it built up to the point where it just can't control anything.
Okay. So it's less bipolar and just a whole bunch of shit compounding on you, and eventually you just kind of snapped.
Honestly, I can relate more to the Arthur episode when Frankie like freaking shakes up the Coke bottle and her head pops off.
I didn't watch Arthur.
Really? I was addicted to that show.
At that young, tender age, I was too busy watching Alien and Predator.
I was watching
That's why I'm
Arthur
so
and
fucked up.
porn.
How old?
Well, I don't know. Technically, I was watching nudity. It varies because Titanic I watched a lot.
Yeah.
So, and I fooled around with a girl for 3 years at a Christian camp.
You are so going to hell if it existed.
Yeah. It does exist, but not in my reality. In my reality, it's far beyond hell.
Holy shit.
It's, well, again,
You're not that bad. There are so many people with situations so much worse than yours.
I know, it's just when you're saying you're going to hell, it's just, I know that's what you're thinking. That's not what I'm thinking. Mostly because, again, I went to church until I was 18.
I'm sorry.
Why? I gotta play a lot of Game Boy.
Yeah, I guess.
And I download porn there.
Oh, shit.
God, I love my PSP. Oh, dear God.
Yeah, you do have problems.
Well, it was the monkey see, monkey do. I think it was like grade 1.
What, did you see somebody jacking off? You're like, that looks fun.
No, I saw my sister make it with a guy, and I was like, that looks fun.
I want to make it with a guy too.
Oh my god. No.
That's pretty fucked up.
The cool part was the girl was older than me.
Sister?
No, the girl that I was fooled around with for
Oh.
3 years at a Christian
Okay.
camp.
Good you cleared that up.
Well, like,
I don't think we need to know anymore.
I don't care. I had fun. I had fun in church. I did all the naughty things.
You are like gonna get people going to church just to do that now.
No. Again, any church you want to go to, you have the free knowledge to seek out that information yourself without going to do that.
Free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, there you go. Go to your own local Timmy's, read up on the Bible. There you go. If you're not amused, do something else.
Oh shit.
Read another book.
Boy, did this get off track.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that. Anywho,
I don't think it matters. I think we've talked it. Oh yeah, let's go into like one of our failed projects, which was like Mac Attack.
well, we can still actually we can jump into what you helped me with.
What?
The Mortal Kombat one.
Oh yeah. Stop animate. Well,
Well,
not
that's
stop.
rotoscope.
Rotoscoping. Yes.
Which is again actually is was a key learning tool for me, more in particular because I use that now with animation and just in the sense of general of understanding body language, and and again there was stuff that was cut out because there was supposed to be that whole barrel scene,
Yep.
and just not enough time because I worked my
Is that online or no?
yeah that's online.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that was that the one that Morton did put on at the theater?
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Yeah, because I think that was the one. Because I remember that claymation Lord of the Rings battle thing. That was cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was cool.
If only we could show it.
Okay, now if we're going back to Sack Attack, the whole idea of Sack Attack was like that.
Literally just punch people in the nuts and film it.
Well, because we had an idea, we're actually going to do we could technically still do a sequel to Mac Attack.
Yeah, we could.
Because originally it was going to be Subway Attack. You get risen from the grave. Or, I don't know. Oh, we could have it because technically there's no gravestone. Just have it so he's waking up I'm waking up in the hospital. I'm like, what is this? You lost all this weight. From what? We've been feeding you Subway through a tube.
It's been 10 years.
It's been, yeah. Oh my god. That would be physically impossible. We could technically do the same shots. There's no point of having 40 or Haggard it technically, because why would those characters be there again?
No, you don't need it.
And we could probably shoot inside a McDonald's without them knowing. So then I wouldn't care. It's a viral video. Well, that's an idea down the line that we may do in the summer if I'm bored.
I don't know. I think that's dead on arrival.
Dead on Arrival. That was shot in what? A lunch break? And another lunch break. You're saying we can't take 2 hours of our time to quickly shoot something?
You can't take
edit
2
it
hours of
again.
your time to even draw.
Well, that's why we're trying to get. Yeah.
See?
I
Immediately shot down.
Well, I may have a resolution to this because again, talking about this is kind of getting back to what originally was in January. It was like trying to quit, not my smokable crap, but the other addiction. Okay, so basically, yes, Sack Attack was the last thing that us collaborative that did kind of just end. And then going forward, it has been this show when I kept coming back from college
Yeah,
breaks.
after about 5 years.
Well, no, because I kept, every time on a college, when I was here for Thanksgiving or Christmas, I always made sure to hang out with you. And it got to the point where I was showing you the show, and I was showing you and Chris, like, the early animation and shit like that.
And I was nothing but supportive.
Well, more than freaking 40. 40's like 40's like you have too much time on your hands.
Your parents left you to go to Cuba. You have too much time on your hands.
Yeah, not like I'm the one that breaks my freaking PS3.
What if he's still alive?
Yeah, he is. Actually, that was the one thing I kind of felt bad about, which actually will lead into Deadpool. So we went and saw Deadpool, and technically, I did have that extra ticket. I'm an idiot. I should have just asked it Haggard.
Oh yeah.
Like I was like, because it was his birthday, so I'm like, happy birthday, go see Deadpool. He's like, oh,
Was his birthday on Valentine's Day?
No, but it was like the days after.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, go see Deadpool, and he's like, oh, I wish. And then at that moment, I'm like, crap.
Shit, it would have been nice.
Yeah, because like, well, we'll do that for Civil War. Screw it.
When does Civil War come out?
May. Enough time. Screw
Yeah.
it. So like, in general, it actually got me excited. Just like, we should hang out with Haggard. I just don't want to go to North Bay. I just don't want to set a foot in North Bay. If anything, I don't even want to go past Powassan. Brooks Falls is fine enough. That's Harvest there. I'm fine. That's the farthest north I'm gonna ever go now.
What is it about North Bay that has you so sketched out?
You know why.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've told you, like, I've been legitimately thinking while driving and seeing signs that say North Bay just to get, like, spray paint across it out. Like, it bothers me that much.
Now, you wouldn't be willing to go so far as to actually get Chris and get the old gang back together.
Oh, we could. But I'm leaving that to you.
Yeah, he don't like you.
Yeah. So, like,
I can't imagine why I was so much worse to him than you.
that is true.
Although, when he fought you and wrestled you, and he was winning, he was happy. Then as soon as you started to win, his face got all red, and he got pissed. Then he wouldn't talk to you.
I puked so much. That's the last time I drank the cheap booze.
Oh, yeah. And you, like, freaking rubbed your ass on the back of his neck.
That was technically kind of on film, which I think I lost.
Yeah, we were all drinking pretty much, and 40 was sitting there, and Jordan just decided to jump up on the back of the couch with his pants down and basically smother Chris with his ass.
Okay.
He wasn't too happy about that.
As long as you don't say his last name.
I said 40.
And you already said Chris.
I stopped before I said it. You said it.
You did say it, but first name basis is fine, technically.
Okay.
I just know for
you said last name.
No, I didn't.
Haggard.
You don't know his first name?
One name basis.
Well, Haggard's 40's 40. End of story. No one knows.
In case you're wondering, the reason he has the name 40 is because he got a 40 in math class and then bitched and whined that he actually does stuff in class.
In English.
Oh, in English. Yeah. Why doesn't he like you again?
Because his sister's attractive.
You might want to stop it there.
Okay, going back to Deadpool. So we went and saw Deadpool in IMAX.
Who cares?
Okay. So, Jason doesn't like Deadpool. End of story.
I like Deadpool. It's just pointless talking about it.
Well, no, but, like, in general, like, again, I'm trying to debate it with Guardians if it's the most entertaining comic book film. Because, again, Guardians is so good in its comedy and its action and all that. Deadpool's going to its comedy, has a really strong first opening action scene.
That's all you're going to say? That's what it stops for you?
Well, like, because you were, like, again, we got that awesome opening action scene. When you got to the final, it wasn't that.
I'll admit, yeah, maybe they kind of outdid themselves a little bit.
But again, like, just the budget, the time, just everything that, again, in that film in general.
And it's kind of sad, like, the last fight where it takes place, you know damn well it's a helicarrier.
Yeah, but they're allowed to do that.
But it's not the same design.
Because they can't put the SHIELD logo on it.
No, but I mean, the engines are different and everything.
I know, but Bob's in, and Bob's technically in Hydra. So like I don't care as long as again, I didn't even care about the healthcare as long as Bob was in it. I was stoked. Like that's a good. Well, it depends on how many people do you think that actually went to see Deadpool read Deadpool.
Probably not a lot.
So let's say that's a good 25% joke there. Like in crowd that's gonna get that.
If that.
It's a good 1% there.
If that. It's like our show. Which percentage of the population of Huntsville will ever listen to our show? 1%. If that.
Alabama.
Alabama.
No, Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah, I know.
No, but actually, I just stole a South Park joke. It's fighting the Frizzies at 11 on their commentary. It's like, because that's the Christmas special, the Mr. Hanky Christmas special. It's like fighting the Frizzies at 11. And they keep like playing it over until he fights the Frizzies at the end credits. Where it's just so they're just fighting the Frizzies. That joke is actually a 1% joke if you watch the original Star Wars holiday special on VHS, because that advertisement for news kept on appearing in the commercial breaks. South Park, please come back. We're on your good 3 season 11 range.
Yeah, last season was so bad.
The only redeemable thing about that whole season was Bar Brady.
Episode 6, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that was episode 6.
Yes, that was the only funny episode.
The only funny one, the only one that actually brought back to its roots, them bring back an old character I rarely get to see in the show, but it does make sense because there's more policemen.
Yeah.
And again, just going back to Deadpool, just like, again, seeing that on screen, seeing just the passion, it thrills me more to just go out and just do it. No more just like this waiting around bullshit. Which is, I guess, will now lead in the final point, since obviously you don't want to discuss about Deadpool. Is that...
No, we need to... me personally, I feel like we need to discuss about like what affects us for the show. That's why I like got into... how our sense of humor, our past lives, like what built up to this point.
And this is basically where, on a personal level, this is what I'm basically going to do. Originally, before I met her, it was more of the being like Trey Parker kind of thing, where it's like Matt Stone, Trey Parker lived like on like people's floors and stuff like that so that he can create something. They went to Hollywood to create anything. They were just spouting out little ideas like their Cannibal musical.
They were just basically throwing anything against the wall and seeing what would stick.
Yes. And because all they want to do is just be rich, go to strip clubs.
That was their motivation.
So, it was never really about being rich, but it's just having that type of freedom.
That lifestyle.
But at this point, just the way that, and the whole good, since the last time I did Bud Drawing, officially, that's on YouTube.
How long ago was that?
Well, every year it's different, so I think that's 3 or 4 years. I'm not 100% sure. But because it was so long and because of that relationship changed my aspect of how I should approach things, by society and everything around me is making me so depressed in itself, just because I'm seeing stupid people doing things I want to do but I can't seem to get a hold on, and it's really bumming me down because just in a general sense...
Stay off Newgrounds then, basically. You don't want to watch anyone else's animation.
Oh no, it's not that. It's just like in general, like like I want to be happy. I want to have a girlfriend. I want to have all this. The stuff I want is what I don't need. I don't need all that to do this show.
True.
I don't need all that. So,
you just need yourself to do the show.
So what I'm basically just going to go forward is kind of just fuck everything. Like in general,
just
like,
don't go too far into that mindset.
No, but like I'm kind of slipping back in my old one where I don't care what girls think anymore. Like the whole idea of like just trying to be a different person to anyone out there, to all the people that are just appealing girls as objects and stuff like that. Again, even going through this whole podcast, remembering what I did like back before, that's how I've always kind of been, where I've been like, I like to be excited. I like a change in my body in general. I like meditation because, again, I can do stuff with my mind I normally can't do if I'm not focused on it. It's just, and again, with like masturbation, you get a different perspective, and all this adrenaline and motion goes through your body and stuff like that. So
yeah, we are completely different, because I like to just stay at like one level for me personally, mindset.
Well, again, because of what happened before all this, something I still strongly believe, because when someone says no, like, how can I be wrong when this is information I got before any of this, that I particularly remember that only I get to keep, because everyone has their own individuality, is a person that has a soul, has their own consciousness. That is your realm. It's like, what's that nostalgic kind of thing, is like, you may be wrong but I'm right, or your opinion, what's that
Oh,
thing?
it's like I have a web series which automatically makes my opinion correct.
Yeah, so it's basically that approach for me as an individual, and my perspective is like, that is the same for as you, same as for my dad, same for, I can't deny what you believe. Same thing, you can't deny what I believe, because it's what I believe, not what you believe. So I'm not letting any of that me down anymore. I'm just kind of like fed up, and I'm just gonna go and draw. And I'm not gonna go play Star Wars, because I finally got to the point where the story I do no, you're playing a different Star Wars.
A better Star Wars.
It's not canon.
Don't give a shit.
I do. So, because really I want to know more of the story at this point, I do want to get a lightsaber, but that's a what if possibility if I get it, if it opens.
It's like you're in a lottery to get a chance at playing another lottery to get the item. That's how complicated it sounds.
Yeah, so...
because you had to do 20 missions just for a chance at an item.
Yeah, but that was an event. In general, that was an event.
I couldn't do that.
Well, it's even more cryptic, because like I just got like this armor set and I'm missing one last piece. And then it would be complete, like this whole armor set that's all tier 4. And I just need to do one more, which I have to be in that planet sector battle.
Join me in Old Republic.
Join me. But that's the thing, though. Like, games are going to slow down this production even more. I need to stop. Like, comic books are going to be the next thing I got to figure out how to cut back from.
If it makes you feel any better, it's easier for me to write. Than quicker.
No shit.
Harder, right. Technically, in a sense, where I have to make sure it's good and interesting.
Yeah, that's why you have to look at a different perspective every day. You have to take a break from your work, do something else, and go back to it.
Oh, believe me, I'm taking a break.
No shit.
I've been taking a break for about, I don't know, since I wrote it.
It's just like, I figure like now going forward, I'm going to always meet people at the pub. So I don't need to go to the pub to meet people. That will happen down the line. If something between now and to when I go back to working there, if something happens, that's cool. That's a bonus. But otherwise, I'm going to meet more people at the festivals I'm going to Clips, to Harvest. I'm going to meet more people that are more screwed up, I want to say.
I don't know if that's possible.
Again, this is a place where you could ask for anything. You'll probably find it. In a sense of what I'm talking about. Because even like Mega Man told me of the one that was in Quebec, not in Clips, but another one where like there's legitimately people were having orgies.
Holy shit. You're just like, I want to go to that one.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, my goal of having like...
They took our jibs back in the pile.
Like having... like having a family...
Not that one, right?
No. Like having a family, having a kid, that's something I still want. But I think for me to have a kid, to have like a good thing, like essentially if we were ever actually rich, one of the stupidest things I'd probably do is buy my old house.
Why?
Because my Opa built it and I lived in it.
But why would that be stupid?
Oh, I'm still living in this stupid town.
No, what you do is you'd buy the house and either have someone take care of it just for nostalgic reasons, or you do the smarter thing, which is, if I was rich, what I would do is real estate. And I would buy a house and then I would rent it out to people.
I'd probably just live in it. So basically that's my end goal, is so that we're more successful, so that not because of a house, not because of this. Essentially, if we even get any profit, it will go towards the show. When it gets to the point where it's overlaps to everything, I know you're laughing, and I understand it.
The show is part of my weed.
Well, that's going to cut back a bit more too, because when I'm drawing, it varies on.
I know. I'm excited to spend that like 1 penny a month donation we're gonna get. Oh wait, they cut it out. 5 cents. We're going to the club. We'll throw change at them.
But again, that's just a dream. That's not reality. Reality is, no matter what, for free, we are producing a show where we're delivering free content to waste your time. So we're slowly killing you.
This is freemium content. The mium is Latin for not really. We're gonna hold you ransom. You want more content? Pay us.
So as a narcissistic production company will say, we will always deliver free content, but ultimately we just want your money.
Pretty much.
This is. Okay, do you want anything last for?
I don't know. Fuck it.
Okay, so this is good enough. It's good along for an episode. Again, if there's any bi-weekly delays, it's because I got high.
You just don't feel like it.
Yeah.
It's not that we can't. He just doesn't want to.
Because I'm high. Otherwise, again, this is StonedSober. Again.
No shit.
StonedSober. I am at every episode except for technically the first pilot.
Turn the fucking thing off. We're done.
You didn't say your name.
I don't care.
Okay, I'm Rose. Goodbye.